I believe in us, folks. Fifth
Don't
time's
say
charm.
There we go.
31.
What does that mean?
2.
I'm gonna mess it up.
4. Sorry, I didn't hear.
5.
6.
7.
9.
10.
11.
12.
Lucky number 13.
14.
15.
16.
17.
18.
19.
20.
What looks like a silly game on paper, I think we're starting to see that it has the capability of starting off strong with style, setting expectations, allowing us to kind of underlie it a little bit with educational theory. So when we go into other activities, we got the hook. They're bought in. They know exactly what's going on. The expectations are set, and now they're kind of clued in on what the direction of the program is going to be. So
you're gonna try and do a triangle in your left hand and an L in your right hand, all right? And so it'll look something like this if you would like to kind of jump in with me.
Oh no.
No, I don't know about
Very
this.
challenging.
All right, go ahead. Put both arms up. Simon says both arms up. Simon says both arms down. Clapping position. Whoosh.
Whoosh!
Oh, come in say.
All right, so just paying attention to yourself while we're doing these activities. How many of you feel a little more locked in and paying attention to the program here? Yeah, definitely.
Taylor, did you say you wanted to share first?
I'm trying to just keep my motivation, for school and all of the tasks that I need to get done, while also, just remembering the importance of staying in my house and not going in and really being close with other people at the moment.
Looking at these rivers, how do you relate kind of how we are dealing with our online programming, and kind of how do you feel about how it can be incorporated kind of into our world and kind of what we do with classes and all the different stuff we use like Zoom and kind of online encounters for?
Like being able to have Taylor and Tyler come to some of our discussion groups and lead some games that got people engaged has, I think, just really made things so much better. So I seeing how effective it can be has been really helpful, and it leaves me really excited for what we can do kind of in these odd times. I'm glad that there are some cool options out there.
And so your goal, it kind of what Shannon was talking about, is that you're going to need to be able to make, I won't believe it's 5 arrows total. All right. So who would like to be our conductor?
So how do we make a big arrowhead?
So we have to somehow put them all together. I like this. Okay.
But we just finished getting them all together like this. I just know, like, I personally feel more connected after just tonight, and like feel my spirits more buoyed, because like we do want to be connecting, and people are like built to connect, but it's very hard to connect over the mediums that we have.
How do you think that this activity translates to your role in an online environment? And that doesn't have to be for just you, Trisha, but for anyone.
I'd say to just going on that same thought, like it really highlighted the difference between listening and hearing. And I find that whenever I'm in this environment, like intentionally listening and like giving myself mental cues to stay engaged is really important.
How many of you, whenever you messed up, had this internal dialogue of like, shoot, dang it, oh gosh, oh no, and then that dialogue then impaired your ability to actively listen to what was going on next? Last question I had was, how did your level of engagement contribute to your success throughout the activity?
it was really interesting to see kind of like on how I needed like my level of focus on how it kind of adjusts throughout the activity and how like I have to be mindful kind of with that to make sure that like I'm paying attention to actually what's being said and not kind of just going on autopilot to like make sure it's like, yeah, we're just going to go with the flow with it. And so I found that to be really kind of intriguing part too.
I think that that's important as an instructor and as a facilitator is to remember that level of trust that we have with our students and with our members of our community, and how we engage with them kind of sets this role of this is what is acceptable and this is what isn't. As the person who's presenting or instructing or facilitating, just kind of remember the role that you have, and that's a really big role, and you gain a lot of trust from people just from kind of sitting in this like position of power.
I think this is a very stressful time for everybody, and just laughing and having fun is so important. I think sometimes we forget to do that because we don't have a lot of things to laugh about and have fun with right now. And I think just this interaction itself and looking at life from that perspective is something that should not be lost.